Since the new Fortnite season is out, there's bound to be people complaining that an item is too overpowered and eventually it gets nerfed. And that's happened again with this season, but it's happened with basically the entire loot pool. In case you guys don't know, Fortnite Chapter 5 Season 3 Rant has a main feature where cars and fists and just nitro and all these cool things, they're just a part of the loot pool now. And they have been pretty broken, I will say. They were pretty broken. And then they got one nerf. And I'd say that was the most balanced nerf. You know, that's when everything was pretty balanced. And then everything got another nerf. And that's where I draw the line. And I feel like it's happened too much this season that I just gotta make a video talking about this. I just want to talk about the season in general, because I really like this season. I think it's one of the best we've gotten in years. I have not had this much fun on the game since Mega. This season is a way to sort of like spice up the gameplay compared to the past few chapters that we've had. I feel like every season needs to have some sort of little mechanic. It doesn't even have to be huge, but something different to spice up the loot pool a bit or spice up the gameplay. And I can prove this because recently me and Aggro played in the Nick A30 tournament because, you know, we wanted to get this sick skin, obviously. Never back down, never what? And we loaded into the game and landed at Redline Ray again, realized that there were no cars, like, at all. And then we looked it up and realized that the fists and cars were removed in tournaments. And so I figured, oh, okay, you know, it's not going to be a super big deal. You know, we just play a normal Battle Royale match. I am telling you, I have not been that bored in a few matches since, like, I don't even know when. It was so boring. It shows just how big of a part this season has. It just shows how big cars and fists are in the context of this season. We basically need them for the season to be fun. If we don't have that, it's basically just a season 1. And that's not a diss to a season 1, you know? I think season 1s in general just don't really need to be super exciting because, you know, we introduced the new map and the new weapons and all that. You know, we don't really need a cool, crazy mechanic to spice up the loot pool because, as we know, the loot pool is just that. But after removing the cars and the fists and the nitro, this is just season 1 with a desert biome. There's like nothing different about this season, and it makes the gameplay feel super boring and drag on for super long. And we have these things removed in tournaments, which is what the competitive community wanted. So you would think they would be happy, right? Of course not, silly. That's not how Fortnite community works. We're the spoiled brats on the block. They want to remove cars, nitro, and fists from pubs. And their reasoning behind it? Oh, well, sometimes I like to play pubs. What? In that case, I want cars, nitro, fists. Heck, I want infinity blades in the game. I want mechs back in tournaments too. They have to stay in tournaments. Why? Because sometimes I like to play a tournament. You know, I want to get that Nick A30 skin, so sometimes I like to play tournaments, and everything needs to be in there. No, just absolutely not. It doesn't really make any sense to me why you would want to tamper with the pubs loot pool, even if you don't play pubs. You mainly play tournaments. We should be able to have all the crazy stuff in the loot pool if the majority of the pubs community likes it. We should not have to get all of that stuff removed from pubs because one human condom skin didn't want it in the game. It's just really stupid to me, but not only that, I feel like competitive players just won't use the new items for no reason. I've seen so many clips online of people who just like stood there and just let themselves get run over by a car and say, how was I supposed to counter that? Shoot them with the car. Hit them with your fists. Build. These people refuse to use the nitro themselves, refuse to use the fists, and refuse to use the cars. Why? Who knows? But they completely say, oh, they're so broken, there's no counters to them. Yes, there are. Use your own cars. Use your own fists. Use your own nitro. It's not that hard to counter them. And as of recording this video, they're not in the game yet, but they're going to come back. EMPs are going to be unvaulted. And in my opinion, that just completely ruins the point of cars. The EMPs completely stop your car from working for a solid 30 seconds. That's a lot of time. And I feel like it's just such a stupid counter because it's just like, oh, yeah, there's a car coming for you, you know, you could use nitro, you could use your own car. Nope, you just throw that thing and then boom, 30 seconds you're stunned. It's gonna slow down the game way too much, and it's just not gonna make fights fun anymore. Again, if we just keep getting these nerfs and all these like counters that you can do in the game, when there's already plenty of counters to the cars and to the fists, it's just gonna make every single season feel like a season 1 again. Again, no hate towards season 1s. I get we have a completely new map and completely new weapons, and that's why we don't really need a huge like crazy mechanic to spice up the game a bit. No, we just like have that, you know? But with this season, we've already had the map, we've already had the loot pool, we needed something crazy. And this is that thing. And I've seen people say, oh, well, you told us to adapt, but now you can't adapt to the nerfs. Bro, you are the reason the nerfs happened because you couldn't adapt. Also, I'm just gonna go on a quick little rant about this particular combo. This combo right here. You know what? Actually, I'll like throw a couple of skins on screen. These combos suck. They suck so bad. It's not to say that the skins are bad, it's not to say that the pickaxe is bad, but it's the exact same combo every single time. You're not unique, you're not original, you're just copying some random, like, sweaty combo you saw online that doesn't really work. It's ugly, just make an actually good combo rather than just becoming MatPat. Okay, I'm sorry for going on that rant, but I mean, hey, this video's called The Problem with Competitive, and you know that's a big problem. They're ugly combos. Also, another thing I want to bring up is Clark Clint's stream with clicks. And I'll link Clark Clint in the description. He's a really good YouTuber. You should go check him out. But I just feel like with his interactions with clicks, I could feel that his chat and like him in general, they just feel so just prideful in a way. And I know he brought this up in his video, but like it feels like these competitive players have a lot of pride in them because like, oh, they're the best players in the world, so the game should stay exactly the way that they want all the time because they're the best and everyone else is just a low life terrible player who's stuck in like gold 2. It seems like just competitive players can't take a normal argument by saying like, hey, these weapons are in the loot pool, so use them as counters to the weapons in the loot pool. It seems like they just don't want to do that, and they just want to stay in a season 1 forever. And that's not necessarily the problem. The problem is when you want to interact with the pubs loot pool and completely change that because sometimes I want to play pubs. That's just so stupid. You have it removed out of tournaments. At max, we take that stuff out of ranked, but even then, that's pushing it. I just wanted to say it feels like this season is 100% going to be one of the most divisive seasons ever. I have a feeling it's going to go down like Season X, where one side of the community loves it and the other side hates it. There's no in between. You can't just say, it's alright. You know, it's one or two ways. Anyways, that's all I really wanted to say in this video. Let me know your opinion down in the comments. Like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
We got a #1 victory royale. Yeah, Fortnite, we bout to get down.